It's December 17th, 2013. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are your national champions, and Bobby Clark is the NSCAA Division I Men's National Coach of the Year. We'll take a look at Notre Dame's magical run and show you all the NSCAA Coach of the Year winners, as well as the NSCAA Boys High School All-America game, next, right here on NSCAA TV. And congratulations to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They knock off the Maryland Terrapins. Bobby Clark with his first ever national championship in front of a crowd that was bundled up at PPL Park in Philadelphia. Could not have happened to a better man. Bobby Clark, Notre Dame, your 2013 Men's Division I National Champions. Let's take a look at the Final Four bracket played in PPL Park. And of course, 3 ACC teams were featured. As you see there, Notre Dame able to knock off New Mexico, and it was Maryland with their rivals facing them one more time as they step out of the ACC, beating Virginia. But it was Notre Dame and Bobby Clark winning the national championship. Hello everybody, I'm Dean Linke, delighted to be with you here at the Continental Tire Studios in Chapel Hill, and happy holidays to each and every one of our members of the NSCAA, all the great SIDs. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. It's been an outstanding college soccer year, including teams that are just on the outside looking in. How tough was the ACC? Well, NC State, they know all too well, as we are pleased to be joined by Calif Findley, the fine head coach of NC State, now in his third season. They won 10 games a year ago, 8 wins this year. He had 5 seasons at Butler where he got 59 wins. He's the 2-time Horizon League Coach of the Year, and he was also an assistant at Charlotte as well. And Calif Findley, the top man at NC State, is here in the Continental Tire Studios in Chapel Hill. Delighted to have you, Coach.
Thanks, Dean. Good to be here. It's pretty early, but I'm still enjoying myself.
All right, well, you take a look at it. One of the reasons we also want to have you here is you've got to face that grueling schedule of the ACC. Let's talk about the winner, Bobby Clark, and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, he's one of the best coaches, I think, in the league, in the country, and he's a great person. His experience, and plus he's got the cool Scottish accent, so anything he says really comes out sounding classy and cool. But really pleased for him. I mean, in the end, I think his teams are really organized. I think they all really want to play for him, and he treats them really well. So now you see the outcome being not only organization, but getting the national championship. So pleased for him, pleased for our league, obviously. To have 3 teams in just kind of shows the quality of the ACC as well.
And you saw it in that game at PPL Park. The conditions weren't great. It was kind of cold for sure, but what a great game. Talk about that final matchup.
It was. I think exactly right. I mean, soccer's a game of mistakes, and you see all 3 goals coming off restarts, whether it was indirect, off of a handball inside the box, which obviously I'm sure we'll talk about the controversy of that piece. But in the end, I thought it was a good final. I think it was a little bit better than last year, and considering the conditions, I know it was windy. The field was slick. Obviously, it was cold. I thought both teams played really well. And in the end, both of them have a distinct style, which I think they both did a good job of adhering to in the game. And I think both their styles are contrasting, where Notre Dame is a little more organized and defensively and not going to give anything up, where Notre Dame's just, or where Maryland's open all the time and just kind of come at you. So I thought it was exciting.
Before we get a little bit more into Maryland, you mentioned the handball. What do you do about that? How do you assess that after the fact?
Well, I think it's basically a two-sided tale. So if you're Notre Dame, you're excited because not only do you give up a goal, which you don't want to give up, but you also have all 11 players in the field for the next 60 minutes. I thought it was interesting that some of the Notre Dame players were running over saying, hey, it was a handball. But in the end, I thought they got really fortunate in that point, because if you go down a player and you're probably going to give up a goal on a penalty, I think it's going to be a really tough game for you. So to keep all 11 players in the field, and in the end, it worked out. And then the other goal, the other handball, I thought was kind of interesting as well, and it turned out to be the same player. So in the end, I do think the referee missed that one big time. But for Notre Dame, I do think they were the best team in the country that I saw all year. I think organizationally, players like Harry Shipp, work rate, guys getting forward, even all the way down to goalkeeping, organization on set pieces. I mean, the goal they scored against Duke in the first round of the ACC tournament was world class, I thought. And so those little pieces, I think they deserved it, but that was definitely a game-changing call.
Here with Kelly Findley, the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack. He knows these three ACC schools well. Sasso Swarovski, runner-up. Of course, they won it in 2005 and 2008. They're leaving the ACC for the Big Ten. I'm sure you're saying bye-bye Maryland. Such a tough place to play. But talk about what Sasso's built there.
You know, for me, he's the gold standard. I think if you look at what he does mentally with his group, they're driven. You know, again, he always gets guys to stay that fourth year, which nowadays shows that, you know, they have a real commitment to the program. A guy like Patrick Mullins staying for his senior year. But again, I think they have a tough style to play against, so I am glad they're leaving, although we're bringing Louisville in, which isn't going to get any easier. But I think Sasso does a great job leading his guys. When you talk to former players, they consider him to be, you know, a second father. So he's a good leader. I think he's a good person. And in the end, I think he's really been a champion of college soccer, which is great for all of us. So that part we are going to miss, because now I know he's going to be talking about how great the Big Ten is and how it's the best league in the country. So we're going to lose that. But, you know, I'm happy Louisville's coming in as well.
That is so well said for Sasso Swarovski and Maryland. Meanwhile, George Galnavach, he got that team rolling at the right time. They rolled right into the NCAA tournament. How about the Cavaliers, Coach?
You know what? So dangerous going forward. You know, I think Jordan Allen, Darius Madison, those two guys are just a handful. I mean, we always joke that you could basically put all the other 8 players behind the ball and just let those 2 kids go crazy, and they'd probably still win all kinds of games. The pace of them, again, George does a good job. The team's organized, motivated. They're playing at UVA, so they have the history. But those 2 kids in particular, I thought, just really can open games up and change it. You know, I think they're going to have good careers in MLS, both of them. The pace they have, runs off the ball, dangerous 1v1 guys, they're really, really difficult to manage. And I think, like you said, once they got a couple things figured out and realized how capable they were of going on to do big things, I think George kept them rolling, and they really finished strong.
Now, Coach, crashing the ACC's party at the College Cup was New Mexico. How about the job Jeremy Fishbein has done with the Lobos?
I think Fish does a great job. You know, I've gotten to know him. Obviously, coaching world's kind of a small world, so been on a couple of trips, and I remember years and years ago when he was the assistant there and got the head position, and he's done a really good job of developing a culture, you know, getting guys who are driven. I know just seeing some videos of their program online, they work incredibly hard. Again, he's got good culture, picks the right guys. I think, 2 Final Fours in 8 years. They were undefeated last year, so he's doing a great job there, and I'm not surprised they ended up in the Final Four.
Well, congratulations, though, to all 4 coaches that we just talked about, and, of course, Bobby Clark, the Scottish wonder, winning it for Notre Dame. And now the final top 25 come out. So, Coach, we're going to break down the top 25. We'll start with the top 10, and, of course, the way they finished at the College Cup there. You see at Notre Dame, your #1 team.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, I think you know, again, the teams in the Final Four, which I'm glad to see, because oftentimes you can see the teams that don't end up in the Final Four somehow are 6th or 7th. So I think the ranking committee's got it right. I do think as you look across, you've got teams like Georgetown and Wake Forest that should be in that group. Michigan State obviously had a great year. In fact, I'm a little frustrated with Damon because they didn't win the Big Ten tournament. I think that might have been us getting in. But I'll talk to him about that later. California, I think, had a great year. And obviously Jamie Clark took something from his dad away when he was working. They had a great season this year. And then the top 4 kind of speaks for itself.
All right, and then also Kevin Grimes at California. We flipped the chart. You mentioned Wake Forest. They're right there at 11. Break down 11 through 20, Coach.
Well, I think what's great to see is you've got some teams like Coastal Carolina, UMBC, and UC Irvine, and then obviously Marquette. They've done a really good job the last couple of years. I know starting out there for Louis at Marquette, it was a difficult little spell. But he's really turned that around, and they've had a great 3 seasons, I think, here. Obviously, Wake Forest, I think, is one of the best teams in the country. Day does a great job. Akron speaks for itself. Penn State quality. Louisville, obviously, we're excited to have them come in. If you look at that whole list, we've got quite a few current and future ACC teams in there. So, yeah, it's a good group.
George Kuntz with UC Irvine at number 13. The Karinjis at UMBC. His son finally will graduate. He had a fantastic year. Smiling Bob Warming at Penn State. Of course, Sean Docking at Coastal Carolina. John Trask at Wisconsin. And Tim Vom Steeg at UC Santa Barbara, which was knocked out by Penn State. Your final 5 here, Coach.
Yeah, well, I think if you look at Stanford, obviously great school, great history of athletics. And I think Jeremy Gunn's a great coach. I mean, honestly, he's done well wherever he's been, gets a lot out of his guys. Charlotte, you know, it's pretty interesting to see those teams pretty close there. And Elon, Darren's a really good friend of mine. He's done a great job there. I think he's one of the top coaches in the country, and you can see that through that. Cal State Northridge again having a good year, and then Navy's the one for me that I think I was pleased to see get in. Dave Brandt's a really good friend, great coach, driven guy, and I always thought that he was the right fit at Navy. I just think that he selects a team that has a concept and does a really good job with it, so I was pleased to see him get in.
Dave Brandt built an empire at Messiah, and they continue to roll on. Now he's getting it done at Navy. Other teams getting votes: UAB, Old Dominion, William & Mary, George Mason, North Carolina, team NC State beat, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Providence, UW, Milwaukee, Delaware, VCU, St. Louis, Tulsa, Bradley, and St. John's. That is your final top 25 presented by Continental Tire, and we bring Kelly Findley back in here now to talk a little bit about the NC State Wolfpack. I appreciated that comment because Indiana won the Big Ten tournament over Michigan State, and you were right there on the cusp with 8 wins, including a big win over the North Carolina Tar Heels. Let's talk a little Wolfpack soccer. In 3 years, you won 10 games 2 years ago, brought in a big-time recruiting class right off of that, got another one coming in. We can't talk about that, by the way. And then 8 wins this year, including that win over North Carolina. Reflect for me, Coach.
Yeah, it's a building process. I mean, I think in the end, if you look at the top 25 and you look at the teams that played in the Final Four, we're playing the toughest league in the country. I think if you dropped our team in any conference, we'd probably be in the top 3 or so. But it's been a good challenge for me. I've grown a lot as a coach. We've had good opportunity to play against some quality opponents. But it's a game of inches. You know, we were beating UVA 3-2 at UVA with 6 seconds left, and they scored to tie us. But again, proud of the character that our guys showed to not concede in overtime. Beating UNC at the end of the year obviously is a big one. We tied Wake Forest, lost everybody else by a goal, and are really growing a lot. But it is hard to make up ground because it's not like a UVA, a Notre Dame, or a Maryland are going to stop being good. But I am pleased with our recruiting class. The biggest thing is just the support. I think for years, NC State wasn't really a place where soccer mattered, and now it is. Debbie Yow's come in, who obviously helped Sasho build what he built at Maryland. So now you're going to see that same kind of piece coming at our facility, where we have great facilities now, we have full funding, we have support, we have a nice Adidas contract. All those things matter. And so we've been really pleased with that, and you're going to see us continue to grow.
I love the support of the alumni as well. Of course, back in 1990, NC State made it all the way to the College Cup final, and a lot of those players are in the area now. Kurt Johnson with the Railhawks and Henry Gutierrez, and the list, I mean, is endless, really, as you take a look at the Wolfpack Nation coming together behind you.
Exactly, it's great. I mean, I think, again, when we recruit, we talk about you're coming in to do something that hasn't been done in 25, 30 years. That's the challenge. And so that's what we've been really trying to sell our guys on, that when you come, it's going to be difficult. And you're trying to rebuild history that was only done one time. But we have had great support. It's great to have guys. I mean, you have guys with clubs like PDA. You have guys with Nike. You have guys like Kurt and Henry and Dewan and Dario, and obviously Tab Ramos being with the 20s. So there are guys out there who really want to see NC State get to that level. So we've got great support, not only from the administration, but for our alumni. You're exactly right.
Well said. Kelly Findley, the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack. He'll stick around as we break down the Coach of the Year as well. But right now, at PP and Al Park, or around the area anyway, in Philadelphia, as part of the College Cup, what a job Eric Stratman has done for the NSCAA, putting together the high school All-America games. Last weekend, the girls was in Raleigh. This weekend, it was just outside of Philadelphia. I don't know how they put it together. The weather was terrible, but let's take a look at the 2013 NSCAA High School Boys All-America game presented by Choice International Hotels and Continental Tire, played in the snow just outside of Philadelphia. Here's Dave Tenenbaum.
The 2013 Choice Hotels International Boys High School All-American game, presented by the NSCAA and Continental Tire, was played Saturday afternoon in snowy Downingtown, Pennsylvania, 35 miles outside of Philadelphia. Because of uncertain weather conditions, the game was moved to the United Sports Training Center, where players and fans were greeted with unusual playing conditions, to say the least. Event coordinator Eric Stratman worked tirelessly to make sure the game happened, and explained just why it was so important to showcase the efforts of all of those involved.
The challenges have been great with all the snow, but we've got kids from all over the United States here, and they've invested a lot of money and time to be able to play. So we're going to give it the best effort we can to get out there and play. They want to play. We've kind of left it to them to say what they want to do, and they're like, this is going to be fun, let's do it. So here we are.
When the decision was finally made to get on the pitch, the players' excitement was palpable.
It's just amazing. First of all, I haven't even seen snow this much, so it's amazing to play out there. I don't know, it's pretty cold, but it's soccer. It's just, I just came out to do what I love.
I am here. This is my actually like this is really exciting for me to be part of the All-American, and I think we are going to beat the West Side. Yeah, we are in this weather.
After a quick warm-up, the players are ready to go. Here's a look at the East roster. And a look at the West roster. A little after 5 o'clock Eastern Time, with over an inch of snow on the ground already, the 2013 Choice Hotels International Boys High School All-American game was underway. The conditions were challenging, but the skills of some of the best young players in the country shined through. Both sides were able to move the ball up and down the field, even as the snow came down in waves, and inches started piling up. An own goal in the first half gave the East side a 1-0 lead, but the West kept fighting back. Guillermo Diaz of Gadsden High in Gadsden, New Mexico, nearly tied the game with this chip that went off the crossbar. After 45 minutes of play, the East held a 1-0 lead. Following a short halftime break, both sides would get back on the snow-covered field, but after 10 minutes, the final whistle was blown as conditions intensified. However, the joy on the players' faces told the story of what had just took place, and those feelings were put into words after the game.
Definitely the most unbelievable game I've been a part of. I'm from Denver. I get a lot of snow, but nothing like that. But the skill of these guys to be able to still play in that, play a good game, and more importantly, have a memorable game, it's something I'll never forget for sure.
I guess it was pretty cold, obviously. I mean, you couldn't really move the ball much. We had all like the right ideas, but you want to do something, you have no chance of even hitting the ball in the right direction. It's like horrible to play in, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, something I've never done before, so it was a new experience and it was exciting.
It was amazing playing here. It was like my dream playing an American game. It was very nice, and I got to play. Assist my friend over there. It was pretty nice goal, and we won 1-0. The West won 2 years in a row, but this time we got it this year.
Probably the most crazy game I've ever played in. There's never been that much snow before, for me personally. It was cold, but once you got out there, everything just felt great. It was a lot of fun. I thank, everybody for doing what they did to get us out here.
I thought the players played as well on the under the condition of snows. Some teams play on grass, so we were grateful for what we had.
First of all, just being here in Philly with some of the best players in the country and the best coaches in the entire country is just an awesome experience. Unfortunate with the timing on the weather, but I think we made the most of it, and it's an experience these guys will always remember.
Everybody's been so generous, really gracious. All these guys coming across the nation, become friends in like 2 days. So a big thank you to all of them for sure.
For a complete list of today's rosters, visit NSCAA.com. For NSCAA TV, I'm Dave Tannenbaum. Now we'll send it back to the Continental Tire Studios in Chapel Hill and Dean Linke.
Dave Tannenbaum, thank you so much, and a lot of great memories for those young men right there, Coach.
No question. I mean, as much as you probably don't want to play in conditions like that, I can pretty much guarantee they'll remember that game probably over any other game. And obviously some great players on that field. We were just talking at the break about you know, that when we recruit, obviously we're looking at club stuff most of the time, but in the end, you always call those high school coaches to see what kind of character these guys have. You know, if you're a club guy, you can go and kind of hide at practice, but if you're a high school coach, you're going to see them every day. You're going to see them with teachers, what they look like in the hallway, how they treat people. So it's great to see those guys playing. Like I said, it'll be a great game. They'll hold in their memories for a long time.
Well said. Kelly Findley, the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack, here to break down the Final Four, the top 25. And guess what? Right here on this program, we will announce the 2013 NSCAA National Coach of the Years, and we'll do that around the corner right here on NSCAA TV.
Tra la la, tra la, tra la.
We're adding a second distribution center. So instead of moving it, we're putting every floor in every store on sale at Lumber Liquidator's first ever warehouse clearance sale. Get 20% off all laminate flooring. Pre-finished solid hardwood up to 55% less than big box stores. All bamboo is on sale from $139 a square foot with new deals added daily. Plus, get 16 months special financing. Warehouse clearance sale is going on now. Get to your local Lumber Liquidators today.
Hey, Miss C. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. I just don't want you boys to be late for your big game. Okay, have fun. I'll be right here after the game.
Continental Tire, the official tire of Major League Soccer.
Continental Tire is the presenting sponsor of the NSCAA Highlights and Ranking Show right here on NSCAA TV. Continental Tire, innovative technology, driving confidence. Find out more at continentaltire.com. And we saw in that high school All-America game just outside of Philadelphia, there's some bad weather, but nothing will slow us down to get to the 2014 NSCAA convention. It's January 15th through 19th. You can still register by going to nscaa.com/convention. And when you're there, there's a party to go to. I want to let all the college coaches know that this year in Philly, the most happening place to be will be at the NSR Australia NSCAA party. There's an open bar, yes, open bar all night, entertainment, celebrities. Get yourself there Friday, January 17th at the Ben Ballroom. Just find the link at nscaa.com to get to the NSR Australia party. Just show proof that you're a college coach at any level. It's going to be great. NSR Australia is an Australian company that helps you find Australian soccer players. They take care of the visa. They make sure they're qualified academically and athletically, and we hope to see you there at the NSR Australia party. All right, back to work here with Kelly Findley, the head coach of the NC State Wolfpack, and it's time to show you the regional coaches of the year from the NSCAA, and also right now announce the winners of the 2013 Coach of the Year in all categories. And Coach, first we're going to start with Division I. So many good coaches. As you take a look at that list right there, break it down for us, Coach.
Yeah, I think it's a list of usual suspects. I mean, guys who do a really good job with their programs annually. Again, some guys you look at, Kevin Grimes, very impressive. Jim DeRose at Bradley's he's been there forever and really done a great job. In fact, one of our former players is an assistant up there, Ronnie Boomboy, doing a good job. Damon Rensing, again, I think taking over a big Michigan State program. Dave Brandt, again, one of the best coaches, I think, in the country, and really pleased to see him getting awards. Obviously, UMBC coach Pete doing a great job. And Ian Hennessy, I think, had a tough year last year, and to see him turn it around just kind of shows you the quality of a coach that can take a team that wasn't as good maybe last year and then turn it around and finally dug. I mean, I was disappointed that he didn't get in the NCAA tournament this year. I thought they had a really good season. He's done a great job with his players there, and very pleased to see that.
And your NSCAA Division I Men's Field Turf Coach of the Year, of course, is Bobby Clark. The great Scotsman led the Fighting Irish to a 17-1-6 overall record in the 2013 College Cup Championship title. Notre Dame appeared in the NCAA Championship for the 16th time in program history and are 16-4-1 all-time in the tournament. Clark is a native of Scotland, has engineered a great turnaround since coming over to Notre Dame from Stanford. In the 2 seasons prior to his arrival, the program suffered consecutive losing campaigns, but under Clark, Notre Dame has compiled a winning record every season en route to impressive 170, 69, 41 mark. Put your stamp on Bobby Clark for me, Coach.
Bobby Clark is, again, like we talked about earlier, I mean, not only does he do a good job, he's a great coach, but he's also a good person and a good leader. And I think, again, the sweet Scottish accent, I think, helps him out. He can say something we say that sounds twice as cool. But I'm happy for him. I know he's always been close and always had great teams and just been off the mark for whatever reason. So I did think when we played them this year and as we prepared for the game, I thought if anyone's going to win a national championship, I put my money on Notre Dame. So happy for him and happy for their program.
All right, of course, all great coaches have to have great assistant coaches. Let's take a look at the nominees for the Assistant Coach of the Year. As you take a look at it, there some very good names as well, Coach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, again, these are guys that work incredibly hard. Oftentimes they're unsung heroes. They don't have to be up standing in front of the camera whenever you don't, when you win a game or lose a game, but at the same time, they feel the same kind of pressure that the head coach feels. And, you know, again, I see guys like Phil Jones that I was down in Florida over the weekend and see him out on the road working hard. Obviously, John Dealey is experienced and been doing it for years and years. And obviously, Robert Craig is on there as well. So I think University of Notre Dame. And then Aaron Farrell. Aaron Farrell's a good friend, and, you know, I think you see Messiah College winning 8 of 10 national championships, so I'm not surprised to see guys like them on there.
Also tip my hat to Kylie Stannard, who works for Damon Rensing at Michigan State, does so much great work for Damon Rensing as well at Michigan State. Craig Weibel was at Michigan just a little bit, went back to University of Washington working with another Clark doing a good job, and Phil Jones also at Clemson. Your winner, though, of course, is Ray Reid's fine assistant, John Dealey. Finished his 17th year with the Connecticut men's soccer program and his 13th season as an associate head coach in 2013 as he wins the Glenn Mooch Meyernick Senior College Assistant Coach of the Year. And Ray Reid, one of the great coaches, that tandem is very, very tough.
It is. It really is. I mean, I think, Ray is a great recruiter and a good leader, and obviously John is known as a savvy tactician and technical coach. So I think the pair of them, and anytime you see guys who've been together that long, that's obviously a quality relationship, and they've obviously built a very successful program.
Let's take a look now at the Division II regional winners. As you see there, a lot of these teams were featured during the year as well, as Felipe Restrepo from California State University, Chico, Tony McCall at Regis, Carl Hutter from Lindenwood, Willie Merrick at Ohio Dominican, Mike Ben at Westchester, Ted Haley at Post, Van Taylor at Lander, and Keith Falk at St. Leo University, doing an outstanding job. But your national champion was Marc Hubbard at Southern New Hampshire. And Marc Hubbard, named the 7th head coach in Southern New Hampshire University men's soccer history on January 9th, 2008, has firmly reestablished the Penn Men as one of the premier programs nationally in Division II just over 6 seasons. SNHU reached its ultimate goal in 2013, capturing the program's 2nd NCAA national championship with a 2-1 win over Carson Newman University. He's actually been the Northeast 10 Coach of the Year in 2008 and 2009. Of course, he won it again in 2013, but this year he is the NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year at the Division II level. Take a look here now at the Division III Regional Coaches of the Year. Of course, Trinity, always very good. Paul McKinley doing a fantastic job. Andrew Bordelin from Westminster College. You've got Blake New at Oberlin, Dan Wagner at Franklin and Marshall College, Justin Serpone at Amherst College, Tim Oswald, Kirk Artis at Wartburg, and Bob DeRocher at St. Lawrence University. And the winner of the NSCAA Field Turf NCAA Division III Coach of the Year is Tim Oswald from Rutgers Camden, as they posted the finest season in program history, compiling a 23-1-2 record and setting numerous team standards. They advanced all the way to the NCAA Division III championship game before dropping a 2-1 heartbreaker in double overtime to perennial power Messiah College. Among the Scarlet Raptors' many program records this season were the marks for most wins, 23, goals, 70, assists, 50, points, 190, and winning streaks. Now it's time to take a look at the NAIA Regional Coaches of the Year. You see them right there. Joey Johnson from Bryan College, Marc Castro from Indiana Wesleyan, Blair Reed from Grandview University, Nate Hauser from Baker, Wolf Coach from Auburn University, Montgomery, Kevin Wardlow from Mid-America Nazarene University, Chris Gould from Concordia University, Irvine, and Steve DeCoux from Georgia Gwinnett College, who coaches down there along with their women's coach, Dominic Martelli. And your winner is, of course, Wolf from Auburn University, Montgomery. He's completed his 7th season at the helm of the men's program and 10th with the Warhawks. In 2013, Wolf helped AUM to a 15-7-2 record, the NAIA National Championship match, and the Southern States Athletic Conference regular season championship. And congratulations to the NAIA Field Turf Coach of the Year as presented by the NSCAA. Now it's time to take a look at your winners here in the NCCAA Division I, and we tip our hat to Camilo Rodriguez from Southern Wesleyan as the Warriors captured its first national title in program history and finished 16-6-2 thanks in large part of the leadership of Rodriguez. He has been the program's head coach for 6 seasons, developing a 66-44-10 overall record in that time. He's a graduate from Southern Wesleyan University, and he was part of the 2003 SSAC Conference Championship team. And your NCCAA Division II Coach of the Year is Andrew Scott from Northland International. Prior to coaching at Northland International University, Andrew Scott was a successful player. Along with success in the U.S. ODP program, he also played with several notable clubs, including the Colorado Rush, the Colorado Comets, the Colorado Cougars, the Denver Kickers, and even the Colorado Rapids of MLS. Scott has also experienced success as a coach. During the 6 seasons that he has coached the men's team at Northland International University, he's led the squad to 2 NCCAA Division II Midwest Regional Championships, 5 national tournament appearances, and 4 national top 3 finishes. Congratulations to Andrew Scott. Time now to go to junior college, and we start with Division I with 4 regional winners. Mike Combs at Cincinnati State Technical and Community College, Karen Dazer at Georgia Military College, Jordan Carver at Iowa Western Community College, and Mike Pantaleone at Yavapai College. And of course, your winner, they pulled the championship, and we've featured him here on this program, Jordan Carver from Iowa Western Community College. Ironically, after they won the national championship, driving home on the bus, the glass exploded on his face, and we showed that to you right here on this program, but he was fine, and he's still celebrating up there at Iowa Western Community College. Rolling on here now, Junior College Division III. As you see there, Pepe Aragon, Herkimer County. We featured him, of course, as they continue to win. Sean Worley at Richland College, Pedro Braz at Montgomery College in Maryland, and Daniel Ortega at Hartnell College. And your winner is, in fact, Daniel Ortega, as he led the Hartnell men's program to the 2013 championship title. And congratulations to Daniel Hortel as they won the CCCAA state championship title, of course. All right, we're not done looking at boys soccer as well at the high school level. As we showed you there, the NSCAA High School All-America game featuring a lot of these coaches as well. These are your regional winners as you look at them there. Rob Gravel from Hanover, Gary Montaldo from Delaware, Bunky Colvin from McIntosh High School, Chris Morgan, Rick Pribble, Benjamin Corley, and Michael Pronier. Those are your regional winners. And the National Coach of the Year for large high schools is Bunky Colvin from McIntosh High School in Georgia. Their team was 23-0-0, winning the city, county, regional, and Georgia 5A state championship. Hard to argue with that success, Bunky. And by the way, I love your name. The high school boys small school regional winners, as you take a look at them there, there's 8 of them. Buddy Hayford, Raymond Maxwell, Don Shea, Nick Archer, Eric Erickson, Bruce Reichman, James Vernon, and Sergio Madrano, representing some fine high schools at the small level all across the United States. And your winner from the small school is Leland Buddy Hayford from Twin Valley High School in Vermont. Coach Hayford has been coaching boys soccer for 31 years at Wilmington Twin Valley High School. Over that span, his teams have won 7 state championships and finished as runner-up 3 times. In addition, he guided the program to 6 Marble Valley League titles and has been named League Coach of the Year 4 times and Vermont State Coach of the Year on 3 occasions. Congratulations to Leland Buddy Hayford. And your high school boys private parochial list right there, you'll see it there. Mario Pereira, Scott Mosier, Stephen Nichols, Bernard Baker, Greg Kohler, and Artie Smith are your regional winners. And the winner of the Coach of the Year from the NSCAA and Field Turf, congratulations to Stephen Nichols from McDonald School in Maryland. He's the varsity boys soccer head coach, coaching director for the Baltimore Celtics Soccer Club, and head coach for the Baltimore Bohemians of the PDL. This year, Steve led McDonald to a 21-0-1 undefeated season. Congratulations to Stephen Nichols. And then finally, on the youth level, as we cover high school right there, how about these regional youth coaches? And you know all too well, Coach Findley, that it's getting it done at the youth level as well. As you take a look at John Greaves, Mike Dean, Virgil Stringfield, Bart Valerio, before we show you the winner, youth soccer really taking over.
Well, it's amazing how much it's grown. You know, you go out to events now and the things that the players are able to do versus what they could do 5 and especially even 10 years ago. So the quality of coaching's gone up. I think the depth and breadth of the recruiting classes and the quality of players has really increased. So you're right, these guys are doing a good job and basically building a foundation for the future of soccer.
All right, and your winner here of the Youth National Coach of the Year from the NSCAA and Field Turf, John Greaves from Yardley Makefield Soccer Club in Pennsylvania. He serves as Director of Coaching for Yardley Makefield Soccer Club in Pennsylvania. Created a small-sided academy for the U8 under 10 age group in 2000. Today, the academy program has nearly 20 teams participating in the program. And congratulations to John Greaves, and congratulations to all of our National Coach of the Year winners, and in fact, everybody that was nominated as part of our regional winners as well. Impressive list, and it's got to indeed be a wonderful honor, Coach.
Oh, there's no question. I think we all work very hard at our craft, and to get that kind of recognition in the end, you know, you get to climb to the top of the mountain a little bit and look down, but in the end, we all got to go back down and come back up. So to get that reward for those guys is very good.
All right, finally here, we'll just do one more plug for the NC State Wolfpack. Done a great job coming over from Butler. 4th season coming in. How good can you guys be next year, Coach?
I'm excited. I think our big challenge is going to be just believing we can do it. You know, if you watch Survive and Advance with Jim Valvano, that he had the guys take down the nets, and I think we're going to be doing a little bit of that this spring. Just the belief in the end. You know, we were way too close in games this year. I think we were beating Wake Forest, Notre Dame, UVA, Maryland, and conceded goals, and even Duke, and conceded goals to either tie, lose, or kind of win in overtime, which happened against Carolina. But really it's going to come down to belief, but we have the right pieces in place. We have really hard-working, quality players, and really looking forward to the future.
All right, it's been a pleasure having you here on the program. Hopefully you'll come back next year as well.
Thanks, Dean. I appreciate it for sure. Anytime.
All right, well done, Kelly Findley. And, of course, today's time with Kelly Findley and all of the interviews here are presented by the good folks from Shattuck St. Mary's, a college prep boarding school with a full-time residential soccer center of excellence for boys and girls and a member of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy. We thank Jesse Fortney and Tim Carter from their beautiful Minnesota-based campus. To learn more, visit s-sm.org. And we'll be back to look at the 2013 NSCAA National Coach of the Year winners for women's college and girls high school and youth soccer after these messages.
Take aim, America. Focus on your target and not the goalkeeper, and you will score more goals and win more matches. Practicing with the Ultimate Goal Sports Targets is the best way to train you to score more goals. Simply attach the Velcro straps to the net, and you are ready for the best shooting practice around. As a special offer, we'll send you a package of 2 Red Bullseye Ultimate Goal sports targets for only $19.99. Sports targets are also great for helping you hit the mark in baseball, tennis, hockey, lacrosse, and more. And for a limited time, we'll double your offer and send you 2 blue sports targets free. Just pay separate processing and handling. Take aim, America, and improve your game with the Ultimate Goal sports targets. Here's how to order.
Each year, the NSCAA puts over 7,000 coaches through our coaching education program. Youth, high school, and college coaches at all levels participate in the diploma courses. Join your peers and get educated. Better coaching, better players, better game. NSCAA Coaching Academy. Improving soccer, one coach at a time. Register today at nscaa.com/education.
The Virginia Cavaliers went undefeated through the regular season, 19-0 overall, 13-0 in the ACC, with Morgan Bryan, who could win the Mac Hermann Trophy, but under the direction of Steve Swanson, who won the U20 World Cup with the USA team. He had a fantastic year, and you can bet he's going to be on the list for the NSCAA Field Turf National Coach of the Year. The Virginia Cavaliers all the way to the College Cup. Welcome back, everybody, to the Continental Tire Studios in Chapel Hill. I'm Dean Linke. I want to thank Kelly Findley for being with us as well, breaking down all of men's college soccer. The College Cup, took a look at the high school All-America game and the men's National Coaches of the Year. Now it's time to take a look at the women's NSCAA Field Turf Coaches of the Year. And let's start with the regional winners at the Division I level, and an impressive list indeed. Nikki Izzo Brown, what a job she's done at West Virginia University with Francis Silva there as well, doing a great job for her. John Walker never seeks the spotlight at Nebraska. They won the Big Ten double. How about Nancy Feldman, the double for Boston University? Aaron Chastain at DePaul University doing a wonderful job. Kadine McInpine from Washington State University. Matt Mott at the University of Mississippi. Amanda Cromwell, she is your national champion at UCLA, but your winner right there from the University of Virginia, Steve Swanson, in his 24th season as a head coach and 14th at Virginia. Steve Swanson has established himself as one of the elite coaches in collegiate soccer. 19 NCAA tournament appearances and 23 consecutive winning seasons during his 24-year career, and of course an unbelievable run this year, cut short by the UCLA Bruins and Amanda Cromwell, but a deserving winner of the NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year at Women Division I. Now, as we've said earlier, these top coaches can't get it done without outstanding assistant coaches. Take a look here at your regional senior college women at the assistant coach level for the NSCAA and Field Turf Assistant Coach of the Year. Andrew Vaughns from Rollins College, Josh Walters at UCLA, Dean Durst at University of Michigan under Greg Ryan, Mike Calif at Harvard University, Michael O'Neill at Rutgers, Catherine Saunders at Alabama State University, Owen Colley at Trinity University. But the double goes to Virginia, winning the Glenn Mooch Marnick Senior College Women's Assistant of the Year. It's Carrie Desconis from Virginia. Desconis is in her 6th year of her second tenure as an assistant coach with the Cavaliers. She returned to Charlottesville in 2008 after spending the past 4 seasons as a head coach at Vermont. Over the past 6 seasons, the Cavaliers have posted a 99-27-15 record, won the 2012 ACC Championship, as well as the 2013 ACC regular season title. And Steve Swanson always tips his hat to his fine assistants, including Carrie Desconis, winner of the Glenn Mooch Marnick Senior College Women's Assistant of the Year. Time now to take a look at your regional winners for Division II. Rob Fulton is on that list with Brian Ball. Chris Armas That name is familiar to many from Adelphia University. Dave Musso from Quincy. Joe Bartlinski, who won it last year at West Florida and took his team all the way to the national championship game. Kevin Fickus, we featured him here on the Colorado School of the Mind with his great beard. Gareth O'Sullivan at Clayton State University and Gabriel Bolton at California State University. And your winners is Dave Delani. He completed his 11th season as the head women's soccer coach at Grand Valley State University, and this season Delani led Grand Valley State to their third NCAA Division II national championship in 5 years. Congratulations to Dave Delani and the Lakers. Moving right along to the NCAA Division III regional winners. How about Jim Collin at Washington University, Jeff Cummings at Thomas More, Sandy Lagana at McDaniel College, Peter Kim at Middlebury College as they went to the Final Four, Ryan Kwame at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, Patrick Naughter from Montclair State University, and Randy Hansen from the University of Puget Sound, but your winner, the all-time winningest female coach, Alice Ann Wilbur from William Smith College, and she was on this program last year. So humble, the only soccer coach William Smith has ever known. Alice Ann Wilbur built the Herons from the ground up into one of the most successful and widely respected programs in the nation. They won it in 1988, and they win it again this year, and her 478 wins put her first place all-time on the Division III women's soccer list, and she's the all-time winningest coach for female soccer coaches at any level. Now, NAIA, an impressive list indeed, as the NAIA just crowned their champion a week ago as well. Matt Dunn from Northwood University, Chris Allen at Davenport, Bill Bear from Olivet Nazarene University, Mark Jimenez from Hastings College, Danny Owens from William Carey College, Arthur Salazar from Our Lady of the Lake University in Texas, and Grant Landy. Fitting he is our last one because Grant Landy is the winner from Concordia at Oregon. Guided his team to the NAIA National Championship Final on 3 occasions in 04, 8, and 11. And his first time at the helm has now led their team to their first ever national championship this year. Only 2 coaches have tallied more career wins than Concordia's Grant Landy. Entering his 17th season as head coach, Landy's squads have combined for nearly 290 wins during his tenure, and they've won 15 conference championships. Congratulations to Grant Landy, winner of the NAIA NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year. Now we go to NCCAA Division I, and your winner is Jason Sorrell from Azusa Pacific. Sorrell has solidified himself as one of the elite women's soccer coaches in the nation. In his 14 years at Azusa Pacific, Sorrell has led the Cougars to 13 national tournaments where they've made 10 quarterfinal appearances, 9 semifinal appearances, and 4 times advanced to the national title game, including back-to-back NAIA runner-up finishes in 2006 and 2007. Congratulations to Jason Sorrell. And your NCCAA Division II winner from Bob Jones University is Chris Carmichael. In his second season at the helm of the Bob Jones University women's soccer program, Carmichael has turned the program around, going from a 7-10 finish in 2012 to a 15-5-2 record in 2013. Carmichael guided the Bruins to an NCCAA Division II national championship, upsetting the #1 ranked Providence University College along the way. And now time to take a look at the Junior College Division I. 4 regional winners: Adam Sanchez from the College of Southern Maryland, Ken Vilans from Darton State College, Jim Gardner from Laramie County Community College, and the double from Iowa Western Community College, Jordan Carver won it on the men's side. Brad Sylvie gets it done here on the women's side, completing his 5th season as the head coach of the women's program. He's led the Reavers to an overall 89-12-6 record, resulting in 5 ICC ACC Conference Championships, 5 Regional 11 Championships, 3 District K Championships, 3 National Tournament appearances, and of course, the all-important National Championship this year at Junior College Division I. Now, we roll to Junior College Division III here as part of the NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year, and your 4 candidates: Christina McMahon from Suffolk County Community College, Katie Miller from Brookdale Community College, William Ficus from the College of DePage, and Ruben Gonzalez from Cerritos College. And your winner, Ruben Gonzalez, for the 2nd year in a row and 3rd time in the 9 seasons as the Cerritos College head women's soccer coach. Ruben Gonzalez led his team to the CCCAA State Championship, finished the season with a #1 ranking. He's now led his squad to 3 NCAA Division III national championships. Now we roll to high school girls and take a look at the regional nominees here for the NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year. And you see there Deborah Lebel, Tara Madigan, Rosanna Lord, Patrick Hopkins, Rick Pribble, Christina Henry, and Jim Gardner make your final 8 here at the Regional High School Large School Division. And it's Rick Pribble from Blue Valley Northwest High School in Kansas. He led the Blue Valley Northwest girls team to a 14-1-1 season and a state championship title and a win over Blue Valley North. Congratulations to you, Rick, on that well-deserved award. Now we look at high school girls in the small school category. And your winners here from the region are James Eisenhart, Rachel Clemens, Nelson Garner, Jeff Costagna, John Leip, Chris Pratt, and Thomas Martinez. And taking home the gold as the winner of the small school NSCAA Field Turf Coach of the Year, John Leip from Glenwood High School in Illinois. Congratulations to John. And at the private parochial level for high school girls, as we take a look here at that list, Lindsay Longval, Teresa Moll, Sergio Stadler, Johan Keitz, John Burke, Thomas Roy, and David Sullivan. And your winner is John Burke from Catholic Memorial High School in Wisconsin. This is Burke's second time being named by the NSCAA as the National Girls High School Coach of the Year, as Burke first received the honor in 2000. Congratulations to Coach John Burke. Now, time to take a look at the youth girls level. And your 4 nominees, Miriam Hickey from Michigan, Jeremy Avon from Georgia, Marcus Kelcher from Nebraska, and former U.S. Olympian Troy Dayak from West Coast Soccer Club. And indeed, Troy Dayak, who also played in Major League Soccer, he's the founder of the West Coast Soccer Club in California. And Dayak will win it at the youth girls level. He's done an amazing job at the West Coast Soccer Club, and as one of his players states, Troy has worked tirelessly year after year, devoting his time to teaching his players to the character-building lessons of discipline, commitment, responsibility, work ethic, self-respect, good sportsmanship, and how to win with enthusiasm and lose with dignity. And Troy Dayak, one of the greats out there, congratulations to him as he wins it in the youth girls level. And finally, we've got a couple of assistant coaches to tip our hat to as well. At the junior college level, your NSCAA Field Turf Assistant Coach of the Year is Athena Gramadas from Howard Community College in Maryland, as she walks away with that award. And one final award to give you at the high school level at girls, Brian Messer from McIntosh High School in Georgia. All of these winners, we tip our hat, as well as the regional nominees as well, as part of the NSCAA Field Turf National Coaches of the Year, head coaches and assistant coaches getting it done. And wow, so much fun here every single week on NSCAA TV. Delighted to be with you, and congratulations to all the wonderful winners here as we get ready to celebrate our holiday season. All right, guess what, folks? We're going to be back at you as we round the corner in 2014. We'll be coming to you live from the NSCAA convention in Philadelphia, bringing you the NSCAA Weekly College Highlights and Ranking Show right here on NSCAA TV. We'll talk to MLS coaches, we'll talk to college coaches, we'll talk to U.S. Youth Soccer and AYSO personnel as well. We will cover all of soccer from the convention as they open up the exhibit hall. What a great job Chris Burt and Joe Cummings and everybody at the NSCAA has done getting us ready for that as well. And speaking of the convention, there's still time to sign up. It's in Philadelphia, January 15th through 19th. To register, you can go to nsca.com/convention. And don't forget, college coaches, about that big party, NSR Australia style. The Real Housewives of New Jersey. A lot of great coaches will be there, celebrities, and it's an open bar. Great chance to get to know what NSR Australia is all about. And I'll tell you what, as we put the capper on our last show of 2013 as part of this launch of NSCAA TV, there's so many people to thank. First, for this show, of course, we want to thank the great coach of NC State, Calif Findley, for being with us. All of the SIDs for the NSCAA Coach of the Year candidates, information, nomination as well. The SIDs for the College Cup Final Four, Jody Fick, Andy Fletterjohn, Matt Enzer, and Sean Carroll from Maryland, Virginia, New Mexico, and Notre Dame, especially the great people at the NAIA. Definitely want to take the time to tip our hat to Steve Vio, who does an amazing job as the Associate Executive Director of the NSCAA, and he heads up the Coach of the Year Awards, but he really thanks all of the NSCAA National Coach of the Year chairs. And here they are. For senior college men, Jerry DiBartolo from Salisbury State. Senior college women, John Daly from the College of William and Mary. Junior college men, Marc Zagara, Georgia Perimeter College. NAIA men, Mitch Ellison, University of St. Francis, Indiana. NAIA women, Scott Oliver, Siena Heights University. NCCAA men and women, Dan Wood from Greenville, South Carolina. High school boys, Lee Horton from Charlotte Latin School. High school girls, Doug Kidd from Stella, North Carolina. And for the youth boys and girls, the always great Louise Waxler from Columbia, Maryland. And then how about the staff in Kansas City? Joe Cummings for the vision to put NSCAA TV on the air. Chris Burt and his great marketing team, along with Christine Mason, Kathleen Hermes, Monique Bowman, Pat Madden, Rob Kehoe. What a great job you did putting together an unbelievable schedule here on NSCAA TV. And then finally, our production crew, Kyle Lang, Taylor Hoggard, all the good folks at UNC New Media all season long. Charlie Slago has been with me to handle men's soccer. Sari Rose, the former goalkeeper at Wake Forest, for women's soccer. Today's show, of course, is presented by the NSCAA. To learn more, visit nscaa.com. I'm Dean Linke, proud to be the TV voice of the NSCAA. We will see you next on January 16th. Until then, happy holidays to each and every one of you, and thanks for watching NSCAA TV.